Today is our eighth class. I'm presenting my screen. Just tell me whether it is visible. Okay. Is it visible to you?
But
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, yes ma'am, it's visible. The
Yeah.
Hindi names are completely different from their English names.
No, more or less, meaning is same, right? The meaning like Vyakaran means grammar only. All right. And some analytic portion that they like Jyotisham is astrology and astronomy, which comes under, or in detail, I'll also search. If I'll find something more, then I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. Like this is phonetics, na, relating the sounds of spoken languages. So it is like chanda, that poetic stanzas and all, right? Some analytic portion it covers in. No, Siksha is also there to pronounce the Vedic mantras. So, and metrics is for the measurement or statistical analysis of data that I told you. So, in that way, some or the other way, they are related to each other because Vedangas are six only, and not more than, not less than. In English or Hindi, they like it depends who translated this original version. So they may depict their own, meaning. But it's better to remember the Hindi version because in English also you can relate the things. So Hindi version is correct because originally the text written in Sanskrit. So more or less it is resemble to the Hindi. But English version somebody translated in their in his or her perspective. So there may be some difference because in some book I got the English version like that only. So that's why I included in the slide.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So today we'll start from the next topic. First one, what is before that AICTE, which was the governing bodies we discussed. Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am, what you said?
We said that I told you na three governing bodies are there to for higher
Uh,
education.
yeah. UGC and this AICTE and the architecture something.
Yes.
Council of Architects.
Yeah. And so this AICT is mainly for the technical education. All right. If some institution or universities belongs to or having the courses of engineering field, then this AICTE plays an important role because this council is meant for the planning, formulation, and maintenance of all those norms and standards in engineering field. So, All India Council for Technical Education, the first committee for this technical education committee of CABE was constituted in the year 1943. You know when this CABE formed and what is the full form? CABE. We have repeated it so many
Ma'am,
times.
it is Central Advisory Board of Education, is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That is correct. And this is formed under which report? See, two, three important points you should remember about CABE. Um, that one commission is responsible for the formation of the CABE, which was that. This CABE is the oldest, and most important advisory body of Government of India in higher education and education itself. It is a matter of before independence.
Ma'am, is it a Sandler Commission by any chance?
Sadler Commission, in which year it was? Sadler Commission, you remember?
1917, ma'am, roughly. So that's what I written.
Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Okay.
you also
Just
told that it
consider
was,
it as a, yeah.
ma'am, you also told that it was dissolved and again revived in
Yes, yes,
1935.
yes, yes. Right. First, it was established in 1920, and then dissolved in 23, and again it was revived in 35. All right. So this is the oldest board.
Ma'am,
Uh,
in this paper, so many years and so many committees and
yeah.
so it
Yes.
is little difficult, ma'am. I don't
So,
know
but
how we.
some important year and committees you should remember. Not all of them. We'll revise once we'll complete the syllabus. Okay. Okay. Now
And
come to the.
also, ma'am, just sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Also, the number of slides that you're showing, everything we have to kind of jot down, or the important,
No,
is
no,
there
no, no.
anything?
Important one, because I'll share these slides with you. Just go through that whenever you will have time. Like it doesn't require so much concentration and so much dedication. Just whenever you are free, just for 20 minutes, just scroll and read those years, yeah, and the committee name and some important topics. So if you'll revise it, 2, 3, 4 times, then automatically something will stored in your mind, and whenever the question comes in your test or in some exams, you'll easily recall all those things. So nothing to worry about this subject, higher
Okay.
education. Yeah. So we all know in 1944 Sargent report was prepared. Okay, one of the important report, and after that this 1945 AICTE formed, and this AICTE, sorry, this AICTE in 1986, in the National Policy of Education (NAP), and just remember the year also, 1986 for NAP, National Policy of Education, or NPE, whatever. This AICTE was given statutory status, the whole soul status, or the governing body for planning, formulation, and maintenance of norms and standards for the technical institutions. Now, they this AICT or this council assure this quality through the accreditation, and it makes sure what funding should be given to particular institutes or organization or university, and also monitoring it and evaluating it, um, uh, after a gap of some years. If it is a starting organization, then the visit is frequent, and after the institution or the university established, then after like 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, They'll visit and evaluate all those, systems, whether this university or the institution is following all those norms, and and how they are maintaining the infrastructure, the laboratories, the faculty status, and technical staff and all. So AICTE grants approval for starting new technical institutions, for training and research, also for the introduction of new courses at different levels. If some university wants to start 2 3 branches of engineering, or a special course in town planning, a technical, where the whichever field needs some technical assistance or technical training or research, then the AICTE comes in role. So it may be management, it may be pharmacy, or any other field. So the headquarter of this AICTE is in Delhi, New Delhi, and it has 7 regional offices, which are located at Kolkata, Chennai, Kanpur, Mumbai, Chandigarh, Bhopal, and Bangalore. The main office is in New Delhi. Then we have COA, that is Council of Architecture. And see, if this architecture field also needs some technical assistance, or technical training, then AICTE is again plays a role. But this Council of Architecture was constituted by the Government of India under the provision of Architects Act in 1972, and this act provides for the registration of architects and all those matters which are connected with them. So there is a different council, like there is a bar council, there are council of nurses, council of many other fields. So there are some institutions which are funded by MHRD. Earlier it is MHRD. Now you remember this is Ministry of Education, MOE. After this new education policy, this ministry is called Ministry of Education. Now there are so many institutions which are renowned institutions, Indian Institute of Technologies, and these technical education which are funded by this ministry is again of 3 categories, right? Central government funded institutions, then state funded institutions, and self financed institutions also. So as a part of this national plan of science and technology, 5 centers of advanced studies and research have been set up in the IITs. Now, all 5 IITs which we have, Kharagpur, Mumbai, Madras, Delhi, Guwahati, all are funded by central government. So these research, some specific research like energy studies, are the studies are related to the various form of energies. They are done in IIT Delhi, and the material science in IIT Kanpur, then cryogenic engineering in IIT Kharagpur, ocean engineering in IIT Madras, and resource engineering in IIT Mumbai. So there are 5 centers for advanced studies and research. Now there are various IIMs also, and IISc in Bangalore, and there are NITs also, National Institutes of Technology, and triple ITs, that is Indian Institute of Information Technology. So all those institutes are funded by uh, this ministry. Then there is some training institutes for the faculties, for the teachers. The first one is Technical Institute of National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, NITTR. which are located at Bhopal and Chandigarh, Chennai, Kolkata, and they were established in mid 1960s for the training of polytechnic teachers to undertake activities in the area of education, planning, management. So to train them in a particular fashion. So these institutes plays a very important role. Now there are some externally aided projects in technical education in polytechnic. So first one is technical education quality improvement programs. Time by time, they run certain programs for the quality improvement, and this was also launched by the ministry in 2002 to upscale and support the ongoing efforts in improving the quality of technical education. And this is implemented with the assistance of World Bank. So this is a very important point. And technician education project also run by the government with the help of World Bank for upgradation of the different technicians in the different fields of polytechnics in the country. Now there is some skill development programs also run by the government, because skill and knowledge are the driving forces of economic growth of any country, also the social development in the country. Because India at present is recognized as one of the younger nations, because in our country 50% of the population is under the age of 30. So young India, you can say, at present. So and that is the working age, right? Working age of the population, you can say 15 to 59 years nowadays. So this is as per some projection report, census projection report. And this working population is likely to increase like 50%, 58% rather, in 2001 to more than 65%, by the year, current year, like 2023, 24. So this is a very good estimation, and India will have 25% of the world's workforce. The total workforce, 25% of the total world's total workforce we have. So this is the due to it may be due to the medical care, or a number of things behind it, because we have at some within some years, or the population gets a blast sort of. So after some years, they are grown up and come under this age group. So that's why skill development programs are very much necessary, because every individual is not uh, able to learn for so many years, from first to 12th, then college, and then or some, you can say, professional courses. So for everybody it is not possible. So if a government runs some skill based short term courses after some primary education, then it will be helpful, because so many industries want so many uh, workers type of community. So if they have a particular skill, they fit into that. So just to enhance the employability and to fill the gap between the educated and employable people, so these are the two main objective of skill development programs in India. So Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship was created in 2014, and coordinate all the skill development efforts across the country. And there is a national skill qualifications framework, which is later earlier it was national vocational education qualification framework, which is like the government of India launched this program just to for the skill development and to raise the entrepreneurship. So, and there was one other program is sector skill councils, and they are developing this qualification QPs, qualification packs, and national occupation standards. So all those terms, all those councils are, in the alignment with the needs of the industry. They work accordingly. They create some programs and some institutions to run such programs for the skill development. Then there is a degree. UGC launched another scheme of BVOP, that is the Bachelor in Vocational Training. This is a degree program, to expand the scope of vocational education, and also, you can say, provide the mobility to the students who are admitted into community colleges. Community colleges are meant, to meet some specific requirements by the nearby industries. If there is a cotton industry, or there is a metal industry, or petroleum industry, so they have their own requirements. They want some skilled labor for their company, or their factory. So they run small projects, small education projects, small courses to create the employability, the employment nearby the regions of that industry. So they trained accordingly. So those are community colleges. They run some diploma courses, 1 year, 6 months, or 2 year courses, just to develop their skill in that particular area. So there is a different programs also. One of them is Kaushal. Kaushal is a knowledge acquisition and upgradation of skilled human abilities and livelihood. That is the uh, you know uh, the meaning of this caution. So this is again a skill development program, and this is incorporated, and there are various kaushal kendras in industries and institutional areas. So one of them is like Gyan, that is the global initiative for academic network. Then there is some way, that is the skills assessment matrix for vocational advancement of youth. This is a framework, and which allows the vocational education system and between the current education system. So this is a channel between the two. And then there is Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So all these things you need not to remember all the things, but main time like Kaushal is important. So just remember about what is Kaushal. Then there are some other like Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So some colleges, renowned colleges, IITs, IISc, and NITs adopt some village and developed that village appropriate rural technologies, for the sustainable development through the people's participation. Then there is Ishan Uday, that is the scholarship scheme for the student of a northeast region. So Ishan, just remember Ishan, whenever it comes, it belongs to northeast states, right? So that the people, the native people from that region, they are exposed to the academics, and get exposure to education, higher education, or skill development. So for those regions, they make some important programs. Then one program is Sakshar Bharat program, and this is all again a centrally sponsored scheme, and for the adult education, adult literacy, and Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana it is called, for adult education and skill development. Then there is a Pragati, which is a scholarship program for girl child for technical education. So just remember Pragati for this is a scholarship program for girl child uh, in technical education. Then there is a Swami Vivekanand scholarship for a single girl child. So such types of program governed by projected by the government to enhance the interest uh, of the people in the education sector. Then there is CIHEC, that is Council for Industry Higher Education Cooperation, and this relates to creating linkage between industry and academics. So, what type of the industry demands and what type of academics should be, its policy or curriculum or syllabus has to be make in such a way that it matches with the need of the industry. So there are different councils which are working in higher education sector. And then there is a community colleges which provides education above secondary level and below degree level. So short time courses, diploma or certification courses in various fields, just to get that appropriate skills as per need of the local industry and community. So there are certain things which you don't have to mug up or remember. It's by the name you just have in your mind. Ki, okay, this stands for this. This stands for this. Some common sense plays a important role here. And then very important point: value education, because from a broader perspective, the aim of this value education is linked with the fundamental question, why we are studying so much, why we need to study, what is the motto of our education. It just to get the employment or to earn bread and butter, or some high packages, some high fi lifestyle, or an educated person should have some values, which are other from those um, which make him or her a human. Some character development, some moral values must be included if you are a educated person, whether it is higher educated or uh, you are just considered to be an educated person. So, whether it is a primary or secondary or middle or tertiary or very high level education, some values should be inculcated in a person or a student or a child. So the first is individual perspective, to enable students to achieve personal fulfillment for the success in life and work, and then societal perspective to prepare the youth to contribute to the society, nation. First to family, then society, then nation, and global, the world. Because Plato wrote in the Republic once, the mark of an educated person is the willingness to use one's knowledge and skills to solve the problems of a society. So this is a very important, uh, you know, uh, saying by Plato. So whenever we learn something, whenever we go out of our house or within our house, so how you behave like whenever you shout at so someone then say, oh, uh, ऐसे like ऐसे बोलते हैं ना गवारों की तरह. गंवार means what? The illiterate person. So if you are an educated person, then behave like that within the family, out of the family, whether you are in a professional circle or in a formal or informal way. You should obey certain laws or certain values, you can say. So the key developments in value education, there are various commissions and various again commissions and policies. So to emphasize character building as a defining goal of education. So first it is in National Commission of Secondary Education in 1952 and 53. It did some work. Then University Education Commission came 62 for the spiritual training, and then Education Commission 64 66. It put a spotlight on moral education. So there are certain, then NPE in 86 advocated turning education into a forceful tool for the cultivation of social and moral values. Then NP's program of action we studied earlier in 92. So see, these years are repeating again and again. Okay, this program of function of NPE, we have read that it is in 1992, and NPE in 1986, and the Kothari Commission in 1960s. Which 60?
1960.
64, 65, 66, like that. Which one?
66 or something.
Yeah, 64 to 66 it is. The committee made, then it made its report, and then it gets implemented. So it takes 2 3 years. Then there is a Chauhan committee report 99, then National Curriculum Framework for School Education. So all those things I have included in the slide. With the main thing you should remember about what value education is meant for, right? So, main issues behind the need for imparting this value education tradition versus modernity, because in our developing societies nowadays face a conflict between the tradition and the modernization. So, there are many things positive about our traditional cultures which has to be, followed by the people present also at present, which needs to be appreciated and understood why this culture should we have to follow. So you have to understand and appreciate, such as tolerance of dissonance, harmony rather than control over environment, harmony with everyone, whether it is a human being, whether it is trees or our environment, our nature, or anything which we can relate with. It's not only about our society or our family members or our nation only. No, it's with everyone. So collectivism and self-defining definition in a social context, emphasizing modesty, cooperation, globalization, diversity, all those which is around us, environment, science and technology, how to use it in a positive way, and mass and social media also, how you present yourself. Are you hurting someone, or are you making yourself the supreme? So modesty should be there. So the values and attitudes that get transmitted are rather contrary to the values desired by the family, society, and nation. So we have to, think about it, before doing anything, before coming to action. So that way it is very much important. All right, the key trends in higher education system in India. What are the key trends? Like general courses, which belongs to art field, science and commerce, not professional ones. So that's account for majority, like 80% of the students enrollment will be under general courses. And engineering is also gaining strength, its position, and more or less it's approaching to that percentage also. Then degree granting courses have been greater enrollment with regard to diploma and certificate courses. So the enrollment of students in postgraduate programs has declined as compared to enrollment in undergraduate courses. So why it is so? What do you think about it? Why it is so?
More job opportunities.
More job opportunities for which people?
Graduates.
Ma'am, I
Graduate.
think
Yes.
I think everyone is going for government exams, so that's why just they take degrees and they start preparing for something else, which give them government job.
But government job today is not much.
Yeah, but
Right.
they
That's why
enroll.
they don't go for higher education. It takes time, it takes money, it takes energy, and the responsibility of their family is that too much. So they have to leave their education and go for some, a job and all, whatever they get. So that's why this vocational training programs play an important role, because everybody is not, the higher education is not approachable to everybody because of that time, money, energy. So I think that is the main cause. All right, now the percentage of students in unaided private higher education institutions has also increased considerably. We can see the number of private institutions raising day by day, and there has been a rapid growth in the number of professional private higher education systems. All right. Then there is a survey, All India Survey on Higher Education, and this survey, published some report regarding the data, how many institutions, which one is, the ranking. So, what is the standard of our education system as compared to the world education system in different countries? And this ministry initiated this AI SHE, this is ASHE, All India Survey on Higher Education in the year 2010-11, with reference date for filling up the data capture format DCF, to build a robust database and to assess the correct picture of higher education in country, how many colleges, how many enrollments, which field, um, how many enrollments in different fields, and the different perspective regarding the higher education. So teacher information format is also there, was added for the first time in 2016-17, and the survey is being conducted on annual basis. So this is the report. We have near about 1,000 universities, and near about 40,000 colleges, and standalone institution there around 9,000, and 16 women universities. All right. And Uttar Pradesh has highest in student enrollment because the density is highest in Uttar Pradesh. So, and this is the largest state also after this Rajasthan, because but Rajasthan the density is not much, because most many parts of Rajasthan is under desert. So, but in Uttar Pradesh the density is maximum. That's why the highest enrollment of students will be from Uttar Pradesh. Then Bangalore urban tops in terms of number of colleges, 880 colleges. Now, five main goals for higher education. You just go through it. Access, it should be accessible to everyone. Equity involves fair access to the poor people and socially disadvantaged group of higher education. And then quality excellence, then relevance, and value-based education. So this involves, basic moral values among the youth, as we have discussed. And UGC guidelines, student teacher ratio should be 30 is to 1. So for every 30 student, there should be one teacher. As we have discussed in ancient time, in Takshila, and when we discussed in Nalanda. So there the student teacher ratio was like that only. But however, it is at present is as high as 100 is to 1. So for 100 student, one teacher in some of the states. So, okay. I think for that much is enough for today's class. Anything you want to ask, you can ask.
So, ma'am, we have a assessment this weekend.
Yes.
I was just wondering if you could give these notes, ma'am, because I have noted most of the points, but some might be missing. So, like,
Okay.
when are you planning to give, ma'am?
After 2, 3 lectures, because I have to make, but I'll try to send. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Otherwise,
Till today. Okay.
okay, ma'am. Otherwise, what I'll do is I will leave these two classes and बाकी का जो पहले का portion है उसमें से, and also I'm supposed to send you the question paper, ma'am. I'll send it to you by today late evening or tomorrow morning, ma'am.